In today's video, we're taking you to Athens. Home to gods, goddesses, and enough temples to house them all, the Greek capital is the place to get a glimpse of ancient Greece. This was our second time visiting the city, but with only 3 days, we decided to focus on the highlights. For us, that meant ancient ruins, lots of Greek food, and a lookout point or two to catch the city looking her best right around sunset. In this video, we're going to share with you 15 things to do in Athens, Greece, so let's get started.
Let's begin with the main attraction in a place that has dominated the city skyline for millennia, the Acropolis. Contrary to popular belief, the Acropolis is not one single building, but rather an ancient citadel which holds a few different structures. The archaeological site is lined with ancient theaters, altars, and temples, and once you reach the top, there are 2 places that will catch your eye. The first is the Parthenon, an ancient temple dedicated to the goddess Athena. The other is the Erechtheion, another temple that was dedicated to both Athena and Poseidon. It's hard to miss its Porch of the Maidens, with its 6 draped female figures acting as support columns. Okay, so thoughts on the Acropolis the second time around. Who would have known we would be back here
I know.
So soon?
It's like 3 years ago that we first came here.
Yeah, that's not so long ago.
Yeah, just like the first visit, the weather was incredible, sunny. We got some really nice views. And I think what I like most about it is just kind of carving out some little space to sit down, like away from the crowds, and just to admire it from different vantage points. Yeah. Because it is really big. Like, it doesn't look as big from the ground level. But when you actually get up there, it's a really big site.
It's a long climb.
Yeah.
Steep walk to the top.
It's not like a half-an-hour attraction. I mean, you can spend hours up there.
And I think we should be getting some lunch soon.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry.
I'm getting hangry, not hungry. Hangry.
Alright guys, so this is our first meal here in Athens. Of course we had to order a Greek salad when in Greece, and this looks amazing. Let's talk about the ingredients. There's a lot going on here. There is. So we have cucumbers, tomatoes, black olives, we have green peppers, red onions.
Huge chunk of feta on top. I think maybe
with
some
oregano
and maybe olive oil.
Olive oil.
Yeah, looks so good.
Yeah, this is our starter.
Indeed.
The mains are yet to come. Big
I just love all the colors. Such a colorful, fresh salad.
My cheese!
Cheese! Cheese, please! What do you think? Tasty?
Refreshing.
Refreshing.
Going in for the main.
Yes, so we ordered moussaka, and that's the one I'm going to try. This is very similar to kind of like shepherd's pie, if you've ever had that before. I'm just going to cut it in half so I can show you what it is.
The Greek version, right here.
Yeah, so look at this. Over here we've got ground beef. It appears like some raisins, maybe some eggplant as well, some peppers. And yeah, just can't wait to dig in. Ooh, I smell cinnamon.
Yeah. It looks a bit eggy as well.
It is. Oh wow, that's delicious. I love the ground beef at the bottom. That's so good. It's really smooth and juicy. Very flavorful. It's really delicious.
So I got the cabbage rolls. I've already cut one in half here so you can see the filling. We've got rice, we have some ground meat.
That's what I call jacked. In we go. So what do you think? How would you describe that?
Really tasty. This has a lemon-based sauce.
Oh, it does?
Wow.
Oh wow, that sauce down there.
I'm just getting that citrusiness. Alright guys, we've had our lunch. That was really good.
It was a really good lunch.
An excellent Greek meal.
Yes.
So now we're ready to do some more exploring. So we are currently walking around the neighborhood of Pláka. And this is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Athens. It's right at the foot of the Acropolis, and we've been here before.
We've been here before. This is actually my favorite place to go for just a random stroll in the city. There's a lot of really cool graffiti. Basically, we were sitting here and talking about like how there's 2 distinct areas to it. There's kind of the graffiti area, and there's also also kind of a high-end shopping kind of cafe culture as
yeah,
well.
There's like lots of boutiques and cute little bars and restaurants, souvenir shops, and then you walk down the side lanes and there's a lot of homes in ruins, but they are restoring them. If you hear some construction noise, that's what's going on.
That's exactly what's happening right now.
So yeah, it's really cool to just wander, spend some time here, so that's what we're doing right now.
Indeed.
You're friendly. Oh, say hi to Sam. Okay. Hi, Meowsies.
Hi, Meowsies. Another cool spot to visit if you're still in the area and you're not too tired from all the walking is the Hill of Muses. Also known as Philopappu Hill, the spot offers some great views of the Acropolis.
Our next stop was the Arch of Hadrian, which sits right between the Acropolis and the Temple of Olympian Zeus. No one knows for sure who commissioned the arch, but it's believed it could have been built to celebrate the arrival of the Roman Emperor Hadrian and to honor his benefactions to the city. Our plan of action here is to befriend some cats and then check out the ruins.
Priority numero uno.
From there, it was just a short walk over to the Temple of Olympian Zeus. Construction of this temple began in the 6th century BC, and it wouldn't be completed until the reign of Hadrian in the 2nd century AD. It took about 638 years to build this temple, but it would have been the largest temple in Greece and one of the most impressive constructions of the ancient world. Alright guys, so next up we are visiting the Temple of Zeus, and this would have been one of the largest temples of antiquity, and all that remains today are these columns behind me, but back in the day you would have had a massive statue of Zeus that people would have come to worship here. So yeah, it's a pretty cool site here in Athens. Also, you may notice behind me that one of the columns has come down. Apparently this happened about a century ago during a thunderstorm. And the cool thing about this is that you can actually see how the column would have been built. It was basically like these slabs of stone, kind of like stacked pancakes.
After visiting Hadrian's Arch and the Temple of Zeus, we decided to swap ancient Greek ruins for a bit of greenery at the National Garden. So we're visiting the National Garden, and this is a wonderful green escape here in Athens. We're actually visiting on a Sunday, and there's so many people out strolling, having picnics, just having a very leisurely good time. And yeah, it's just very chill here. It's a nice alternative to like kind of the more busier sites.
Yeah.
It feels very like a very local place and just a nice place to hang out.
While in town, we also visited the Acropolis Museum, which focuses on the archaeological findings in and around the Acropolis. But before exploring the museum, we checked out their cafe, which has some tasty desserts and incredible views. Cake and drinks with a view. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm also ready to rest my legs, so I'm enjoying sitting down.
We're having a little bite before actually exploring the museum. That's coming up next.
We paid to get in. We just haven't done any exploring yet.
So Sam was all like, yeah, maybe I'll have a coffee, and lo and behold, this looks like alcohol.
I've been hearing about ouzo from both your dad and my dad. And apparently it's anise flavor, so I know I'm gonna love it. It's gonna have that licorice taste, sweet licorice taste.
It's the thing to drink here in Greece.
Oh, it smells so much like sambuca. I can't wait to try it.
You're not even like dropping some ice in there. Just straight up ouzo.
Ooh, that even has a stronger anise flavor than sambuca. It's not as sweet as sambuca. Wow, that's really interesting. I really like it.
The desserts are here. Check it out. I went for the Greek yogurt with thyme, honey, and walnuts.
Oh,
this looks so good.
That looks like the definition of decadent. It's so nice. Oh, Greek yogurt. There's nothing better than that. And as far as the yogurt hierarchy is concerned.
It's just so nice, like the sourness of the yogurt.
Yeah.
The sweetness of the honey.
Yeah, I love how
like the walnuts for texture.
Yeah. It's got a lot going on. A lot of good things all at once.
I usually think of yogurt as a breakfast item, but right now it's dessert.
It's dessert for sure.
Mr. Baklava.
Mr. Baklava. I've been having baklava so much in the past few months. I feel like I could be the official ambassador for baklava around the world.
Wouldn't that be a dream job for you, Sam?
That would be a good job for me. I think I could succeed. Oh my gosh, that is some very thick, very thick. Just gonna go in and grab some of the middle filling here to go with the ice cream.
Ooh.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay, this is some really good baklava. What really stands out is there's just so many nuts, I should say. So many nuts in there. And also a lot of cinnamon. Which is a bit of a unique twist. I haven't had cinnamon in a lot of baklava before.
What's the flavor of your ice cream? Is it cinnamon?
It's just vanilla. No. That's really good. I'm really enjoying the cinnamon. What a great idea.
I know. I'm so glad we decided to eat before visiting the museum.
Yep.
The museum itself was really impressive, brimming with sculptures, reliefs, and friezes, but the views of the Acropolis are what really captured our attention. So here we are.
Yeah, we just finished visiting the museum, so talk about a couple things. First, the price. It was €5 per person.
Yeah.
I thought that was outstanding value. It's a really, really cool museum. It's one of those museums that even if you're someone who normally doesn't like to go to museums, I think you might like that one.
Yeah, because it turns out that a lot of the stuff you see on the Acropolis, it's a replica. The real stuff is in here, well preserved, you know, away from wind and rain.
Yeah, exactly. And it was just impressive. We love the cafe. That was so nice, so chill up there, reasonably priced, also great views as well. And so that was just a really good experience. I thought for what we paid, it was excellent value. Okay guys, so hands down, our favorite way to get around Athens is by the metro system. Yeah. We paid for a 5-day pass. It only costs €9.
Only?
It's incredible value. In fact, the 1-day pass is still pretty good. It's €450. But if you're staying for any more than 48 hours, it obviously makes financial sense to get this. Crafted by Bakery.
Up
next is the Athens Flea Market. Yeah. And in terms of all the markets here in Athens, this is by far my favorite. It's just fascinating, like one person's trash is another person's treasure and vice versa. The flea market may be a great place to shop for vintage furniture and unusual trinkets, but surprisingly, it's also a really good spot to eat, so we took this as an opportunity to sample a bit of Greek street food.
So here we go, the souvlaki. Let's see if I can get a big bite of the meat here.
Oh man, that looks so good. It's so hard to film and not eat.
The meat is so juicy.
Is it?
Juicy and tender. And it's like soaking the bread with its meaty juiciness.
And then all the freshness of the vegetables, right? Man.
I haven't even gotten to the vegetables yet. That's like a completely different section.
Exciting moment over here, trying my first Greek coffee.
Yeah, we found a cute little cafe here in the heart of the flea market, so we thought, let's sit down for a quick drink.
Ooh, that is potent.
Yeah, strong coffee.
Potent, rich, strong, yeah. Came with a little sweet treat. Looks like lokum, Turkish delight maybe.
A little nibble.
That's really sweet.
Update us, Sam. Why are we all looking defeated on the bench right now?
Well, yesterday I
What have you done?
And climbed up this hill, and I wanted to make sure that all 5 of us got to do it today. So we're back again, and I'm feeling energetic, and I think everyone else is too.
You were just scouting it out for us tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
For the next day.
Exactly.
Thanks, Sam. It's really nice of you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
While in Athens, we also climbed Mount Lysibetis. This is a rather steep hill that rises 300 meters above sea level, and it's a nice place to catch sunset over Athens. As a travel tip, there is a funicular that takes you up and down the hill if you want to save your legs. Lastly, we wanted to give you a quick tour of Piraeus. If you're traveling onward to the Greek islands by ferry, you'll be passing through this port city. Piraeus is the largest passenger port in Europe, and if your itinerary isn't too rushed, it's a nice place to spend a day while in transit. We had a full day here and enjoyed walking around the harbor and admiring all the yachts and sailboats dotting the shoreline.
And that's a wrap for our guide to Athens. Like we mentioned, we just had 3 full days in the city, so we hope this video gave you a few ideas of what you can cover on a short visit. As always, if you have any other suggestions of things to do in Athens that you'd like to share with travelers, feel free to leave your travel tips in the comments below. Wishing you happy travels, and we'll see you in the next video as we continue our travels to Greece. Next up, some island time in Santorini.